Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Rewind that. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Alright guys, today we're going to be doing something a little different. Alright, we're going to go over the top 10 best shows in Starz history as ranked by IMDb. Now, since many of us are always tuned into Power and all the other shows in the Power universe, I wanted to do this video, especially since Power also airs on Starz. And I was curious to see how it was going to rank on this list, okay, or if it made the list at all. But at this point, who am I kidding? Of course it did, right? And before we get started, guys, there's only like 2 or 3 shows on this list that I've even heard of. So we're going to talk, all right, as I give my feedback as I'm going through this list. Okay, so let's get started. According to Screenrant, fans are currently enjoying shows like Power Book 2 and Run the World, but there have been even more superior shows on the Starz network in the past. Luckily, all the shows that have already completed their run are available on Starz Play for fans to watch anytime. So these shows, guys, have already completed the series. So you can go back and watch them if you haven't in its entirety, all right? So let's get started. Coming in at number 10, Boss, which aired from 2011 to 2012, all right? Which unfortunately says a lot, okay? If it only aired in a span of 1 year, that sounds like it got canceled, okay? But this is one of the shows that I did hear of, and this is what it says. So, in this political drama, a Chicago mayor has a great run in office until he is diagnosed with Lewy body dementia. In order to prevent people from doubting his abilities as a leader, he decides to keep it a secret. Political tales are also juicier when scandals are involved, and the team behind Boss was obviously acutely aware of that. Corruption and sex are sprinkled in, but not in an excessive manner that might dilute the quality of the plot. Serious issues such as discrimination and terminal illnesses are explored, with the show constantly reminding viewers just how difficult life can be when one's health is failing. All right, guys, I think I tried this show out one time and it seemed like it was good, especially with Kelsey Grammer involved, but I don't know what happened, guys. And clearly it couldn't pull the numbers because 2011 to 2012 says it all. Coming in at number 9, Counterpart, which aired from 2017 to 2019. This is about a urine bureaucrat that discovers the agency he works for is actually a gateway to another dimension. In that dimension, he has a dangerous career as a spy. Okie dokie, guys. I have never heard of this, and let me know if you have. It went from 2017 to 2019. So maybe it had a few seasons before it got canceled, or maybe it was just a short run. Coming in at number 8, Heels, which aired 2021. And it's just a dash there as if it might be coming back, but haven't heard that it was ever renewed for season 2, guys. But I can attest that this show was a very good show. I don't know that it should be on this list though as one of the best shows in the history of Starz, especially since it's only had 1 season. I don't think that's fair. Okay, but like I said, this show was very good. And so to not hear that it was renewed is kind of upsetting, because I definitely want to continue on this story, okay? Which is about 2 brothers that take over their late father's wrestling promotion but end up feuding on how best to run it. As they lock horns, they juggle between career and family life. People not familiar with the worlds of combat sports might erroneously dismiss Heels as a series about fashion, but the term heel is actually used in sports entertainment to refer to a villainous performer. Shows about professional wrestling have been few and far between, so the Starz drama is not only a refreshing entrant, but one that could be considered the best in that category. Above all, what the series does best is explain why it's necessary to script wrestling matches. And that is true. Coming in at number 7, guys, Power. Aired from 2014 to 2020. Now, do you guys believe that Power has come in at number 7? I don't know about that, guys. But the highly popular drama follows a nightclub owner who appears as a respectable businessman on the outside. Behind closed doors, he is a major player in the New York drug trade. Proof of Power's brilliance lies in the fact that it has spawned 4 equally popular spin-offs so far, even the best shows of all time having gotten that kind of expansion. But what makes it so good? The series, which is produced by rapper Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, has a very diverse cast, making it appealing to a wide range of audiences. The action sequences are fantastic too, and so is the dark themed color scheme. All right, guys. So as you can already see, this thing done talked about some even the best shows of all time haven't gotten that kind of expansion. So if the best shows of all time haven't gotten that kind of expansion, why is Power only coming in at number 7? Okay, like you couldn't even get top 5. Sheesh. Okay. Then we get number 6, and this show is called Party Down and was only from 2009 to 2010. Now, I just want to say before I even go ahead and read this crap, as I never heard of this show. I don't mean to call it crap because I've never seen it before. It could be great. I don't know. But to only air from 2009 to 2010 sounds like you had maybe 1 to 2 seasons, okay? Not every show takes a year to put out another season, okay? So let's just get that clear. Now, if you were only out between a year's span, you probably shouldn't even make the list, but whatever. Now, this is what Party Down is about, guys. A group of aspiring actors moves to Hollywood hoping to make it big, but find themselves having to work as caterers due to a lack of acting opportunities. However, they don't give up on their dreams. The sitcom mostly shines because of its offbeat humor. The characters are well fleshed out too, with each representing a different aspect of the Hollywood dream, with no major flaw to speak of. Party Down truly is one of the most underrated TV shows of the 2000s, says IMDb, okay? Coming in at number 5, The Missing from 2014 to 2018, guys. And this is an anthology series co-produced by Starz and the BBC. Both seasons of The Missing tell the story of a different missing person. In the first, a married couple loses their child on a luxury holiday in France. This series follows the investigation as the search for the boy gets underway. Now, this actually sounds like a good show, and I've never seen it before. It went for 4 years, so it probably got a nice amount of seasons out of it. So, I'm not sure if they completed their run successfully without any interruptions or cancellations. But hey, if you've seen it, let me know. And how was it if so? Okay, now it goes on to say that though a missing child storyline has been done many times before, this series still manages to pack in enough thrills to make this particular tale interesting. Coming in at number 4, Black Sails, which I have heard of and tried, but for some reason I couldn't get into it. I don't know if it was because I didn't have the patience or what, guys, but there's a lot of reasons, and I do this a lot. Sometimes I start getting into a show and then it doesn't pick up fast enough for me, and because I have so much going on, I don't always have the patience for that. But I have heard that this show is good. So to come in at number 4 is not really surprising for me. All right, now it says that Robert Louis Stevenson's novel, Treasure Island, has been loved and celebrated for many years, and Black Sails serves as a prequel to the events narrated in the fiction book. The show is set 40 years before Treasure Island. Now, that's very interesting because I didn't know that, all right? So, the historical drama has stunning visuals with the CGI ships and detailed costumes all being very appealing to the eye. There are plenty of swashbuckling moments guaranteed to satisfy fans who prefer old-fashioned duels, which I do, by the way, guys. There is much improvement each season, too, suggesting that showrunners keenly took note of earlier criticism. Now that's what's up. When you take note of criticism, you're paying attention, honey, and you know how to please the crowd, all right? Number 3, Outlander, guys. And this started airing from 2014 to the present. And guess what, guys? I actually just started watching this show earlier this week. I started trying to watch it, I think, last year or the year before that, and I just couldn't get into it. It was too slow for me. And even now, it's still too slow, guys. But I am the type of chick that I do like medieval stuff, historic things, and I just thought that this would be a cool thing to get into, but it's still too slow, so I can't even tell you if it's good or not. But it's been on, it's like it's got 5 seasons, so something is happening right here. All right, so it's about a World War II nurse which mysteriously time travels to 18th century Scotland while vacationing with her husband. There, she falls in love with the Highland warrior and gets sucked into dangerous adventures. Based on the novel series by Diana Gabaldon, Outlander qualifies as one of the best TV adaptations of books for a variety of reasons. Casting choices are near perfect as the faces of the characters are exactly how Gabaldon describes in her books. The lush scenery is faithful to the source material too, and the minor tweaks in storylines come off as improvements rather than mistakes. Now, that's always a good thing, especially for the folks that watch Game of Thrones and they got so pissed off once Dan and Dave no longer had the source material to look to, okay? Coming in at number 2, Ash versus Evil Dead. Now, this aired from 2015 to 2018, and I have never heard of this, guys, okay? It's a continuation of the movie franchise of the same name. The comedy horror follows a chainsaw loving monster fighter who has to battle his old nemesis once again. But that's not the only danger that he faces, guys, okay? With the Spider Man trilogy director Sam Raimi as the showrunner, very little is wrong with the series. Its working formulas involve blending humor and gore, turning what should be considered horrific into a laughable mess. It's also pacey enough to prevent viewers from tuning out. Now, is it really that good enough to come in at number two, though? Like, I don't know, guys. Holla at me. Have y'all ever heard of Ash versus Evil Dead? I don't know, guys, but coming in at number one, Spartacus. From 2010 to 2013, it aired, guys, and I was very happy when I saw that Spartacus was number one. Now, this, in my opinion, is well deserved, okay? Your girl has watched this and loved it, all right? So let's talk about it for a second. After defying a Roman general, a Thracian warrior gets captured and forced to work as a slave and gladiator. Soon he rallies other slaves in pulling off one of the greatest slave rebellions in the history of the Roman Empire. Multiple elements make Spartacus such a marvelous show. First is the colorful dialogue, with even the most average of warriors sounding as poetic and flowery as possible. The show contains adult themes with unfiltered sex scenes and plenty of violence too. However, the show is overall historically accurate, which makes it a must watch for history fans. And yes, guys, I am that person, okay? A serious history fan. And I loved Spartacus. I loved the first season. And I remember going back and watching the first season. And I really didn't have to go watch like the other seasons, even though I really, really enjoyed the other seasons as well, okay? But the first season was just, it was amazing, all right? And then you get to the second season where it's like a prequel, and it's kind of like the rise of the House of Badiatus. And I'm telling you guys, this show has, if you haven't seen it, it's a must watch, all right? But if you're not into the blood and gore, then it's not for you, because there's plenty of that. I love watching battles and gladiators fighting and sword fight. I love watching all that kind of stuff. That's my thing. But it's very bloody, okay, very graphic. But man, is it exciting. It's an exciting freaking ride. Listen, if you haven't seen it by now, I don't know what to tell you. You need to go and watch that thing, okay? When they did that slave takeover, I remember to this day how I was jumping up and down on my couch and I was so freaking excited, okay? This show is freaking great, okay? I mean, it's got treachery, romance, backstabbing, the climb to power and all of the stuff that comes along with it. It's just a great show, all right? Full of drama, full of blood, full of gore, full of some men that have integrity and honor, and full of some men that simply don't, and they're just simply cutthroat, all right? You have to watch. One thing I will say, if you haven't watched this show, the main character who played Spartacus, his name was Andy Whitfield, and he passed away. And so when they did the prequel, he wasn't in it, obviously. But then when they came back for the season three, they had cast a different man to play Spartacus. And listen, he was equally as good. All right. So I wasn't mad at that. All right. But it was just really sad when the actor Andy Whitfield died. All right. But yes, it's really a good show, guys. And for me, it's a must watch. And I was very happy with the fact that it made number one. Now, there's a lot of other shows on Starz that I feel could have made this list. And then these other shows that made this list that I never even heard of is like, what the heck is going on here? Now there's a show called Magic City that has Jeffrey Dean Morgan in it, and I think it was canceled, but maybe that's why I didn't make the list, but these shows that only had 1 year, they had to be canceled too, right? So for me, why couldn't Magic City make the list? Anyway, guys, that's the video for today. Let me know if you have watched any of these shows on here and if you like them or if they were trash, all right? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Until next time, you guys take care and be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.